Okay, hi. This is Sabrina. I'm just gonna talk about another book today, and it's a real good one. Called Days of War, Nights of Love. This is put out by CrimethInc. Um, CrimethInc, all one word, uh, ending in an INC, like incorporated, which is ironic because they're not. Um, yeah, this is a really cool book. Very interesting. To quote from CrimethInc's description of the book, which is at CrimethInc.com, this book isn't designed to be used in the way a normal book is. Rather than reading it from one cover to the other, casting perfunctory votes of disapproval or agreement along the way, and then putting it on the shelf as another inert possession, we hope you will use this as a tool in your own efforts, not just to think about the world, but also to change it. This book is composed of ideas and images we've remorselessly stolen and adjusted to our purposes, and we hope you'll do exactly the same with its contents. As for the contents themselves, we've limited ourselves for the most part to criticism of the established order because we trust you to do the rest. Heaven is a different place for everyone. Hell, at least this particular one, we inhabit in common. This book is supposed to help you analyze and disassemble this world. What you build for yourself in its place is in your hands, although we've offered some general ideas of where to start. Remember, the destructive impulse is also a creative one. Happy smashing. So that's their description of the book. It's quite an apt one. And yeah, this book is about doing stuff, and some of the stuff that it's might inspire you to do might not be completely on the up and up, but it leaves it in your hands. So yeah, it's almost 300 pages, full of graphics, drawings and pictures and things, very much in a kind of zine format, but a very long zine. Um, which is great. Is great. It's very, kind of interactive, and I think probably quite useful to people that are kind of more used to, like most of us today, more used to watching YouTube videos and, I don't know, reading graphic novels and things like that that use a lot of visual to go with the words. So it has that. Table of contents. Um, kind of describes what CrimethInc is, but then it goes through an alphabet of terms. That's the bulk of the book. A is for anarchy, B is for the bourgeoisie, C is for capitalism, and for culture, etc., all the way through to W. Um, so hopefully I won't make you dizzy, but we'll scroll through a lot of this pretty quickly. But yeah, this is a book about finding out, really looking at what's wrong with the world, not just in a way of, oh, we're just kind of on the wrong track here and we can fix it and just needs some tweaks, and just this administration is wrong, or just there's too many, whatever, too much to the right or whatever. It's not it's not small things like that it's looking at. It's looking at the big picture, pointing a finger at capitalism itself, at the entire system, and explaining how what we're going through now is what is expected that we should be going through. This hell, this nightmare of oppression and cruelty That's what civilization is. That's what capitalism is. Um, yeah, I'm trying to get to some more typical parts. You can kind of see, the format of it. Okay, we're starting with the alphabet now. A is for anarchy. No gods, no masters. An introduction to the idea of thinking for yourself. Love that. So yeah, it does some things up very well, very succinctly. It doesn't draw things out. It gets right to the point. It's very clear. Um, CrimethInc, of course, is quite convinced of their point of view, and I am in so much agreement with them. But they're presenting these things as they are, letting you decide what that means to you, what needs to be done about it, what you're going to do about it, um, which is great. And you can see, there's plenty of text in this book, as well as a lot of the graphics and everything. So yeah, you see it kind of has a zine look to it, cutout kind of look, and different, uh, almost comic style graphics and whatnot, and drawings. B is for the bourgeoisie. And putting it in this format, it does allow things to be broken down. Okay, let's look at what the bourgeoisie is. Let's look at what culture is. Let's look at what capitalism is, and getting these basic concepts. And even if you think you know all about it, you're anti-capitalist and you know exactly why and everything, this is still a great read. They really put a fine point on it. Yeah, I love this page. Um, yeah, I mean, it's going all the way back 250 years here almost, or 211. Yeah, so you can see it's just so relatable, succinct, and also giving you great, methods for arguing with people, for giving your point in a pretty well summed up, direct manner, which is not always easy to do. This explains things quite well in that sense, so it's really great. And again, yeah, a lot of text to go with all the graphics. So this is going to be short. I just wanted to, put your attention on this book, that it does exist. CrimethInc.com, CrimethInc.com. And that site has a lot of great information in general, but also they have published, I don't know, more than half a dozen books, but not very many. But what they do put out is stellar. One of their books, Expect Resistance, I definitely want to go through with you soon, because that book is amazing, as is this one. This one I don't have in hard copy, and I really want to. It really needs to be, flipped through and experienced in the way that you would experience a physical book, I think, but then again, I'm old, so maybe younger people don't have that issue, but I definitely want to have this in hardback, or physical copy. So there's not too much to say about it, other than it's just, this is anarchism as it should be. This is anarchism just in a general way. It doesn't get too specific. If you're, there are plenty of different types of anarchism, and this is just the basics of anarchism, and that is all you need to really start working from. Having that level of understanding of the core concepts, why any structured hierarchy is going to always lead to oppression. It is oppression. It doesn't lead to it. It is oppression, and why that's never going to be a good thing, despite what laws might be passed, despite the how wonderful the leader may or may not be. Um, yeah, in this system, it's you're always going to have those that are the haves and those that have nots, and the have nots are going to outnumber by a long shot. So Days of War, Nights of Love, CrimethInc for beginners, and don't let the word beginners put you off. Again, if you do know this stuff, you think you got it down, you've been involved, it's still a great book to have. It's inspirational, it's very informative, very succinct, and just fun. And but if you are coming to this stuff new and you're like, oh damn, these anarchists are kind of hardcore. These anarchists are kind of got some wacky ideas. Well, you look through this for just a little while, and I think you'll very quickly be like, these are ideas are not so wacky at all. The wacky thing is that we allow our world to remain in this structured hierarchy that does nothing but oppress the masses. That's what's wacky. Um, yeah, so take a look at it. Go to crimethinc.com. Take a look. If you can buy it, that would be great. I think that it will be worth your time and money. I don't remember what the cost is, but it's not that much. I know it's quite reasonable. So, yeah, that's all I got for you today. And I will be back with some more books, more stuff on anarchism, more stuff that's more directly relating to queer topics and queer anarchism, and so much more that I want to go through. And some of the books that I'm going to get into are real hardcore, like real hardcore. So that'll be fun. So stay tuned, and I will check back with you soon. All right, take care.